I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 9 TD, the Waffenträger of PZ4. This vehicle for its tier it is quite good for being a open top glass TD. This vehicle, just like the rest of the vehicles that led up to the debut of PZ4 here, if you know what you are doing in them, you can do quite well in this. The good thing between the RHM to the WT of PZ4 here is they play the same for the most part, so there is not much of a learning curve between these two vehicles. Let's get into the vehicle stats now. Let's begin off with the firepower. The gun you are going to be using is a better version of the 12.8cm gun that you will find on the vehicle here. The rate of fire it is pretty good, about 6 rounds per a minute, with amazing penetration, value, damage output, accuracy, and aiming time. This vehicle, if you are going to be playing it as a long distance to medium distance sniper for the most part, you can penetrate all of the tanks you will be going up against if you know where to shoot at. So using regular AP most of the time is a good idea, but save APCR round only for the heavily armored targets that you have a problem penetrating, or if you want to make sure you are going to be penetrating that said tank. The gun depression, it is not that great on the vehicle here, it is 5. That means, unless if you are on flat terrain only, you will have a problem getting the gun down to the 5 degrees angle at times. Whenever you are on uneven terrain. So, if you have played a Soviet heavy tank before, then you will know how bad the gun depression can be at times. Gun elevation upward it is amazing at 45. The damage output for this gun it is quite good if you can make use of the 6 rounds per a minute. It is about 3,400 damage, which is quite nice. Now the vehicle survivability. The armor it is paper thin at this tier, so everything can penetrate you easily enough if the enemy send a shell into the precise part of the tank to damage the crew members and modules easily enough. Especially from the side and rear here, a well-placed HE round here can easily damage the crew members and the module, so be careful about that. The good thing about the vehicle is you have a good amount of hit points, so you can take a few hits before you are killed at this tier. Watch out for HE rounds if they fire at you, especially in the gun mantle area here, sides or rear. They will be doing their full amount of damage to you. So try to use your hit points sparingly if you have to. Before I get to the mobility of the vehicle, the gun traverse it is not that great at 19. So if you want to turn the gun around in a hurry, if you have to, lock the gun in place and use the amazing hold traverse speed of 37 to turn the machine around in a hurry if you have to fire at the enemy tank. So that is one solution around the semi-decent to bad gun traverse that you have for the gun here. For weighing about 28 tons, this vehicle have a good horsepower to ton ratio with with a 400 horsepower engine. Watch out for the engine fire though, as it is at 20%. This means, unless if you have the necessary items, equipment, and perks, this vehicle can be set on fire easily enough. So be careful about that. With the 14 horsepower to 1 ton ratio, you can easily reach the vehicle top speed of 38 kilometers when you are on flat terrain, going in a straight line or going downhill. The reverse speed it is okay at 12. Now, this is where the camouflage rating it is pretty good. When you have a good crew that have the camouflage perk, the camouflage net, use the camouflage paint as well, and the surrounding environment to your advantage, you can stay off of the enemy radar for a good amount of time until you are seen. So make use of this advantage if possible in a match. The stationary concealment rating it is about 22.2, while on the move it is 13.3. So this machine, as long as you stay off of the enemy radar, you are quite the silent ninja when it comes to hitting enemy tanks and staying off of the radar still. Now the spotting for the tank kill. The base view range it is 370 meters. This can be increased even more when you are using binocular telescope, coated optics, and the necessary perks as well. I prefer binocular telescope as this is the most useful on the vehicle here, as it have a better view range increase when it is being used, and I can just demount it and put it onto another vehicle right away. The radio range it is good at 730 meters. Let's get into the research part of the tank now. The research for the deputy of PZ4 is an easy tank to go through, as you do not need to do that much researching. To move on to the Grill 15 ASAP, let's begin off with the tracks. To mount all of the equipment onto the tank here, you will need the second pair of tracks. The whole traverse increases from 32 up to 36 with the better load limit for the second pair of tracks here. So that 36 degrees of whole traverse will come into play and be quite useful for you. Engines. You will have two to use. Use the top one here, as it is usable already for you right away, as you would have had unlocked this engine already, as it is usable on a TD in this lineup already. Both of the engines have the same chance for engine fire at 20%, so use the top engine right away, as you have a better horsepower to ton ratio compared to the first engine there. The radio, you would have had this radio unlocked already, as it is usable on a lot of German tanks. You would have had unlocked it as well, as it is usable on the TDs in this lineup as well. Now the guns. This is where, based upon your personal play style and preferences, will come into play here. You have two good guns to use. A 12.8 centimeter gun, which is more of a long distance to medium distance sniping, compared to the 15 cm howitzer, which is more of a front line to a medium distance type of TD gun. The gun that I prefer to use is the L61 gun, as it may not be as good as the other gun for damage output, but at least with this I can hit the target, penetrate it, and weaken it in the process with the amazing accuracy and aiming time that the L61 gun does offer you. From the L55 to the L61, the only thing that changed is the rate of fire, penetration value, AP, and accuracy. Besides that, both of these guns function the same. The L61 gun here, it is quite good to use if you are going to play the vehicle mainly as a long distance to a medium distance sniper at times. When you are in the front lines or have to fight a vehicle up front and in a close personal space range, this gun, it is not that great then. But you can kill a vehicle. You can kill a vehicle still if you have to when it comes to close personal distances still. Now, from the 15 cm pack L29 to the L38 gun, the only difference between these two guns is the penetration value and the accuracy of the gun. Besides that, these two guns, they are not that accurate, as they are howitzers pretty much. Unlike the L61 gun, the pack L48 gun here, if you can hit a vehicle with this gun and penetrate it, you will be doing a lot of damage with this gun, just like the previous pack gun on the Argem. The only disadvantage that I see to this gun at times is due to the accuracy, the aiming time, and the rate of fire. If you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, you can be killed easily enough due to the low time when you are going up against other vehicles in the area. Besides that, if you take those factors away, you manage to fully aim in onto your target with the L48 gun here. Aim at a vehicle weak spot, you can easily decimate them down to 0 hit points in a hurry if you have to. So the L38 gun, 15 cm gun, this is more of a front line to a medium distance type of gun, compared to the L61 gun, which is more of a medium to a long distance gun. Once you get the required credits and experience points, then you will get to the Grill 15 soon enough. Now I will be covering the consumables, the ammunition layout, the equipment, and how are you going to be playing the WT of PZ4. Let's begin off with the consumables. Consumables, I would go with a first aid kit, a repair kit, and a manual fire extinguisher. The other pieces of consumables that you can use if you want to: the large repair kit, the large first aid kit, the automatic fire extinguisher. They're not that bad as long as you do not use them. They give you a nice permanent bonus when they are not being used. The chocolate ration, it's not that bad to use, as it gives you a crew and a tank performance increased when it is being used in a match. Besides these four here, use them at your own risk, unless if you have the credits to burn to use them. Besides that, use the manual fire extinguisher, a repair kit, and a first aid kit. For the top gun that I am using, you have about 40 rounds of ammo to use. For the most part, you will never run out of ammo in a match with this gun. The majority of the ammo you will be using, it is AP and APCR. AP can penetrate most targets easily enough if you know where to shoot at it with. APCR only save it for vehicles that you have a problem penetrating, or just use it to make sure you are going to be penetrating said vehicle. Mainly use APCR against the heavily armored TL8s, 9 and 10 tanks that you will be going up against, especially if they are angling the armor quite well. HE, it is another useful ammo type to use still, as if it hits something, you will be doing a bit of damage still. The equipment that I went with is a camouflage net to increase the camouflage rating when it is being used, the large caliber tank gun rammer to reduce the loading time, binocular telescope. It increases my view range when it is being used. The other pieces of equipment that you can use if you want to is the enhanced gunning drive to have a already good aiming time being reduced by a bit. This piece of equipment, it is not a bad idea to use if you are going to be using the 15cm gun to reduce that 2.5 second aiming time down to something that is a bit better. Coated optics for more of a permanent view range when it is being used. That plus 10 increase in view range. It will stay active the entire time. Unlike the binocular telescope, you have to wait for it to be activated. The other pieces of equipment here, the grousers, the liner, the levers, the red ammo rack here, none of them are not going to improve the tank performance by that much. Now, let's get to how are you going to be playing the WT of PZ4. This Tier 9 TD, you have Tier 9 matchmaking. From Tier 9 to Tier 10 maximum. When this machine it is top tier, or when it is not top tier in a Tier 10 match, you can do quite well in it if you know what you are doing. Play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses. This vehicle, at the end of a match, you can easily finish off a enemy tank off in a hurry, if you have to by that point, as most of the vehicles will be beginning to run out of health at that time in the match. Now to the play style for the WT of PZ4. This vehicle, besides for the gun that you are going to be using, it can be quite the good passive scout support vehicle, and due to the mobility of the vehicle at times and at the part of the map that you are on at the time, it can be quite the good flanking TD as well. Besides that, the 12.8cm gun, it is more of a long distance to a medium distance type of sniper gun. Compared to the 15cm gun, which is more of a front line to a medium distance type of howitzer. So choose which one of these guns you are going to be using, as it will alter your play style by a bit. I have two replays to show you how well you can do in the WTR PZ4 when you are using the two 12.8 centimeter guns. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the Waffenträger of PZ4 when you're top tier. I am using the first gun on the vehicle still. That would be the previous 12.8 centimeter gun that was on the RHM. At this tier still, using the first gun on the tank here, it is not that bad of a gun, as you will see why. I am getting myself into a good position where I can make use of the distance here to shoot at what is going to be coming in my direction when the ally team light something up for me. Let's speed this up a bit. The enemy team is making a move in the south on the left side of the map. Some more action in the middle there. Seeing that things are heating up in the left side and the middle area, I will keep an eye in the two area there, so I can assist my team to shoot at whatever comes into my line of sight. Now, the enemy team is trying to make a push to our base on our right side here. Here I am trying to shoot at the T-34 to finish it off. I finished the T-34 off with a hit. Now, there's two more people on the zero line, which draw my attention. The T-44, I got a good hit on that vehicle there, and then the Patton, which if it does poke over, I can shoot at it. Seeing that my team is not doing so well at the moment, I turn the turret around to focus at the T-54 there. I am trying to lead my shot where the T-54 is going to be, but the people on the left side of the map, it is getting flanked. While I turn the turret around quickly enough to see what is going on in the zero line. I led my shot where the Type 64 is going to be to give my team in the south there some breathing room. The pattern here, I am trying to lead my shot. Let's speed this up a bit. I didn't get a clear line of sight on the pattern there, which I wasted valuable time as the south there fell quickly due to the vehicle push there. I am leading my shot on the T-34 there, hitting a truck. This Panzer 88, I am going to shoot at it once I get into the open. I am still keeping an eye on the T-34. I finished the Panzer 88 off. Now it is just a few vehicles left. Me, the Ferdinand, a RHM, and a artillery piece. The M12 here, I am trying to shoot at it. I one-shotted it. Good. Now it is 12 to 11. I am still going to be in this area in case if the T-34 pokes a face out. Fortunately, I was in the correct space at the right time. So if the T-34 comes into my line of sight there, I can finish it off. Right now, I am at 5 kills, which is good. Going to speed this up a bit. With a ally there being killed by the Patton, I move up to assist my teammate to make sure the Patton is killed. But the RHM finished it off for us already. At this point in the replay, with the enemy team decimated except for a enemy vehicle being left, we won this match by us hunting it down. This match, it was a victory for us, which I did quite well in. For the 5 kills that I got, I did about 3,800 damage, showing off the Waffenträger of PD4 sniping ability if you can make use of it in a match. Let's go to the next replay, which I will be showing you how well you can do with the slightly better and improved version of the 12.8 centimeter gun. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the WT of PD4 when you have to switch in between the front 9 TD role as a support role and a sniper when you have to, when it comes to long ranges. Let me speed this replay up a bit. This replay, I am using the top 12.8 centimeter gun in this replay. Let's speed this replay up a bit more so I can get to the front line quicker. Right now, I am getting to a position where I can get some early shots off in the match. Going up against the Scorpion G, I managed to penetrate the vehicle easily enough with the AP round. Using HE there at the time would have been a good idea. I got a hit on the LTP there. Now I am using the rubble here to protect myself from any shots coming from the hill area. Seeing the IS-6 there, it is going to be destroyed by my team, I begin to move up. Now I am switching to more of a support slash sniping role now. Let's speed things up a bit. I go through the city here, seeing what I can shoot at. Seeing nothing, I focus my MG on the hill there. The T-30 there, I got a good shot on the vehicle wheel of the turret there from this range. As long as you fully aim in onto a target, you can hit the target easily enough. as long as you fully aim in onto the target. Things are going good for us at the moment. It is 7-7. I am being very careful, as I am looking where the enemy tanks are going to be. Let's speed this replay up a bit. Things are not going so good for us. It is 8-10. The enemy has the hill now. Right now I am trying to counter this threat by leading my shot onto the object there. This T-71, I am moving forward and trying to aim my gun onto the vehicle when it is on the move. Now it is 10-10. That artillery means the 212A is going to be killed by the SP-1C. So far we are in the lead, 11-10. Pretty good so far. Now it is the T-30, the FE, the two ISs. Seeing the hill it is in our control for the most part, I begin to go into the town area here to finish off the T-30 and the heavy in the town here. Seeing that I am by myself, I request some support before I move forward into the town here, as I can be killed easily enough by the T-30 and the heavy there if they fire HG on me. The T-30 and the IS-3 there, I am going to be using wet terrain here to cover myself from their from the shell that they are going to be sending at my direction. Fortunately, the T-30 shell went and hit the debris in front of me. When you are in a city map like this in the TD here, it is important for you to use what cover you have. As this vehicle, it is a glass cannon. The T-30, it is dead. Now it's for me to flank the IS-3 here. The good thing about the TD is that it is low to the ground for the most part. So, as long as you are playing it quite stealthily, you can hide off of the enemy map for a good amount of time until you are seen. That IS-3 there, I did not know if it saw me or not, but I took advantage of that opportunity that I have. Now it is just me and the IS. The IS there finished the artillery piece off, so it is a 1 versus 1 duel. This vehicle, when it is come to 1 versus 1 duels, you can do quite well in it if you know what you are doing. I have a PCR loaded, so I can penetrate this vehicle easily enough. With the already amazing penetration value for the Top Gun. I am using the artillery here carcass as some cover from the vehicle. The ISL, it damaged my engine, which is going to hamper my movement for a bit. This tank with a damaged engine, it is not that fast for a TD. Seeing the IS is probably going down the G line, I am going to try to shoot at the vehicle if I can shoot at it real. I missed the target by a bit, seeing that I don't want to be there. I am going to play the game of cat and mouse with the IS, using the city building here as cover while getting off of the IS radar. If I did not use my repair kit earlier, I would have had to repair my engine. With the injured radio operator, it is not that much of an issue at this point in the match. I am trying to scrape against the building, only to show what I have to against the IS. Unfortunately, I got hit at that moment. Now it's time for me to go out and shoot at the IS, securing the victory for my team. This match I did quite well, showing off the Top Gun on the WT of PD4, or otherwise known as the Waffenträger of PD4. I got myself 6 kills, which landed me about 4,200 damage, which is quite nice. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the WT of PD4. Let's do a brief recap on the WT of PD4. This vehicle itself, it is quite good for its TL. Once you get to know the vehicle's strengths, weaknesses, and how to use it properly. This vehicle, based upon which gun that you are using, it will alter your play style a bit to suit your personal preferences, just like the RHM. Remember, when you are playing the WT of PD4, it is important to use the appropriate tactics at the correct time, have a good map situation awareness skill, know the map, and know the tactics of the other vehicles around you, where they are going to be, especially for the enemy tank, if they are going to be flanking you or be shooting you at range. This vehicle, as long as you play toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well in this vehicle. Overall, I actually like this vehicle, and I will be glad to have the Grill 15 when I do get to it in the near future. Overall, I hope that you learn a thing or two about the WT of PD4 and how to use it properly. If you like my video, leave a like, a comment, and even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.